Hey guys, today I wanted to talk to y'all about something that was on my mind. Sense of urgency. Now there's a triggering phrase for you. Sense of urgency. As Jehovah's Witnesses, we were taught that Armageddon is right around the corner. The end is near. We're at the last seconds of the last days of, just all of that just pounded into our brains. Just fear, 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 just pounded. Well, I think that the Watchtower is digging its own grave. Obviously it is. But one of the many ways that it's digging its own grave is because, well, they're all talk and no action, right? For example, here where I live, we've got fair weather JWs. So if it's windy, you're not going to find them out on campus. And they're rarely anywhere else other than campus. If it's windy, if it's raining, obviously, that's like they've never heard of umbrellas. If it's too hot, you might find them out there still. But yeah, if it's too cold, just like a little bit of coolness, they're not going out there. And when I was in, I remember we used to stop. Most people, when we would go out in service in the ministry, we would stop around noon. But some of us zealous ones, yours truly, would keep going. And I would go until I didn't have any more partners. And everyone else would stop. Everyone would stop around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And I was very zealous. And I took the sense of urgency warning serious. So there were times, particularly during campaigns, where I would just go door to door by myself. And I would sit there and wonder, why did everybody go home if this is so important? I just don't get it. We need to spread the good news so the end will come. It's dependent on us spreading this good news. And so that didn't sit well with me for a long time. And eventually, it started making me have doubts. So it was a good thing, obviously. Oh my God, there's mosquitoes still. So anyways, and then of course I ended up having to go on bed rest, strict bed rest, when I was pregnant with my second. For 7 weeks I was on bed rest. And I still had that urgent, okay, the end is near, And I'd asked some of the brothers and sisters, and I told them I was going to be on bed rest, and I'd asked somebody to at least help me out with meetings, hooking me up to a phone line, or taking notes, or at least taking, my son to the Kingdom Hall so he doesn't miss out on the life-saving message that was so urgent. But nobody really cared. They were just like, yeah, whatever. Rarely did anyone come by to check on me. There was just a handful of my close friends who now shun me, who would come by regular, or at least on a weekly basis, and help around the house or take me to doctor's appointments. And so that was probably the start, or one of the starts, to my waking up, was the fact that it wasn't as urgent as I had been indoctrinated to believe it was. And that even the elders didn't think it was important enough. And then so, once I start kind of slipping away, then they start buckling down harder, like, oh, where are you at? You can go to the meetings, But anyways, so even more so now, the JWs seem to lack that sense of urgency. Because, do they still go door to door? I mean, I haven't seen that in a while. They just stand at the carts and look at their phones and ignore people and put their noses in the air. So that doesn't seem like super urgent work. And yeah, I think it's getting more and more lackadaisical, which really is a good thing because you're going to have people coming out in droves, you know, and you already have seen it happening, you know, there's mass awakenings. Sounds weird. But, so yeah, it's a good thing that the Watchtower is digging their own graves because it makes our work easier, a lot easier. And as many of y'all know, it was the Caleb and Sophia videos that was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. So, you know, even if as activists, sometimes if you're feeling down about whether or not you're effective, your methods are effective, rest assured that they are. Because even if what we say as activists doesn't get through to somebody, it'll definitely stick with them whether they like it or not. And when the Watchtower adds that last straw on the camel's back for that person, they're going to remember you. And it would be even cooler if they came to you and thanked you, which has been pretty awesome. I've had many experiences so far of people reaching out to me and you know, thanking me for my activism, and that makes everything worth it. I wanted to show y'all a couple of gifts that I received. This bracelet right here, I came home from my trip, and a really sweet XJW. I've never met her, but she cares about me. And it says, keep fucking going. See? Keep fucking going. So I really love that. It makes me feel so good to get something like this from somebody who's, you know, thinking about me. And then this right here is a phoenix from another really good friend of mine. Somebody who's been there for me through tough times and has never left me during hard times. And it's perfect because it's a phoenix, like the vast apostate army. And it says freedom on one side and love on the other side. So it's extremely symbolic. It's just amazing. It's perfect. I mean, it fits perfect because, you know, I've got VAA right here, and then I've got a phoenix right here. So it's just kind of like brings them together. But anyway, so thank y'all so much for that. It just really, it really touches my heart. So I appreciate that. And I have so many stories from my traveling that I just got back from that I want to share with y'all. I don't really have any computer programs to make a video, but I'll figure it out one way or another. But anyway, so if anybody wants to add any comments or thoughts, go ahead and comment with your thoughts. And thank y'all for watching, and I love y'all.